I guess the girls are late. I don't know why they're late. They should get up like me at 5:30.
I can't find the one I want to wear.
Stephanie, for some reason, she can just kind of see through all the bullshit and kind of like nail something right on the head. Yeah, she's seen through everybody else's bullshit but her own. So maybe they pull Stephanie's wigs away and, you know, we reveal her for how she truly is.
The group is scheduled to attend a lecture at an outside community medical center. The drive will take them through a bad section of Palm Beach.
We knew that it was a bad neighborhood, and that's why we put a lot of staff and everybody with them. And we knew that was going to be a particularly difficult experience for them. We really have to prepare them to deal with the community from which they're coming. They have no chance to take a geographical escape. They're going to be going back, ultimately, to what they came from.
This is where all my drugs started from, right in the street.
It makes me want to get out and go cop. Going to Tamarind, capital of Cracktown in West Palm Beach, that was rough. I felt like that was a real test. We're all drug addicts. We all know where to go to get, you know, whatever it is that we want to do, and that's one of the places. You know, we could walk around the corner and get whatever we want. I mean, it's right there.
It's not a good feeling at all. Physically, my butterflies were in my stomach. Mentally, I wanted to use. I got away from myself for a minute there. That was where I copped drugs at, you know. That was the area I copped drugs at. I was out the door. My brain was out the door and down the street already. I was anxious to get out of there.
I used to have to go through, you know, an area just like this on my way home from work, and every day I'd stop and just get like a 20 for the ride home until I got up here to my regular dealer.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. It was hard. You know, it was very hard being there. It was hard just being there, knowing it's right there. If I had money in my pocket, I may have just gone. I'm glad I didn't, but it was a thought. There's no doubt about it, the thought was there.
Shaken by their trip to the clinic, the group discusses it in a primary session. Bill, the young heroin addict, joins them.
We started the group, and we didn't start focused on Bill. He sat very defensively, hair down in his face, arms crossed, rigidly back in the chair, just waiting for this group to start attacking him. Well, we didn't. And the group leader went on with, you know, what was going on in other people's lives and things that were happening.
What's going on?
We just came out of Tamarind Avenue. That was a test. And I was just thinking, you know, God, you know, just how easy it is, you know, to go use again.
How'd you feel down there, Mooney?
I was always down there just so desperate. Like 2 corners down, I just remember jacking somebody there.
Stephanie, what's going on?
That's all I had together.
So when did you start thinking that you didn't?
I hung down there too long, and I was entertaining the thought.
What thought?
Getting high again. Well, I told you I was very uncomfortable. I was the first one. I was like, I'm uncomfortable with this. I told everybody, I told the driver, I was like, I got to go. I was even thinking about sneaking around the corner. I was gonna run. I was like, that's crazy, I have a lot to lose.
Physically run away?
Yeah, run. It brought out some feelings. I didn't realize that it had that much impact on me, but I stayed. You know, but it was a struggle at first.
It's not a disease to be healed from. It's a disease to get in charge of.
Yeah, I have thoughts and then they pass and then I don't entertain them. But I was really entertaining them down there, and I was like...
But you didn't act on them, and that's what this is about.
The disease wants you to look at, oh my God, I almost used. Instead of looking at, oh my God, I didn't use. You know, look at this. I was in Cracktown, I didn't score, I didn't prostitute myself, I didn't run away from the group, and I'm back here in treatment and I'm crying and talking about it.
But it's scary. It really is. I'm gonna be walking out this store, and I'm not gonna be with somebody all the time. So I have to try to build a little support group and make all the right decisions.
As they went into this group, we all reassured them about how they made different choices, how they used the support of their group, and how loving and cohesive the group was to be able to keep them safe until they could get back into their safe environment.
Did you feel safe with the group?
Yeah. Felt safe. Felt real safe.
Definitely. I think if I was there by myself, who knows what would have happened.
Well, you know what would have happened.
I know what would have happened. I could have so easily walked away
Absolutely.
and went and got high.
What do you think it would have done to the group?
Oh, I think it would have been really tough on the group.
How many people wanted to leave out of the group that's been here so far?
Easy.
Almost everybody.
None of us would have made it out there. You wouldn't have made it down there on Tamarind Avenue alone today. We need people, especially when we're caught up and, you know, wrapped up in the moment, someone that can look at us, that knows us because we're just like them. And y'all saw it today when you went out there. Everyone said, well, I was glad I was with the group, man, it was scary.
The therapeutic value in that group is not what me and Drew have to say. It's what the group has to say. You know, the support of each other.
Care about everybody in the group.
And they're learning to depend on each other. That they have to do it themselves, they have to take responsibility, but they can't do it alone. And that's the whole process, because it starts in a controlled environment, but then it continues out of the group.
You know, when you lose somebody in the group, you know, the fear that you feel, that emergency that you feel to save people is because you don't want to lose yourself again to this.
The experience that they had down in this area of town only demonstrates, A, how far they've come, and how cohesive and supportive they are. That basically is how the whole thing tailed off into Bill, because, you know, the group leader again looked over and said, and so it's kind of like Bill's situation, if he would leave. And the group said, yes, we're here to support you too.
The focus of the session shifts to Bill. It's only his first day in, and he has already decided to leave rehab.
What are you thinking, man?
I'm just ready to go. I can't do it right now. It's all wonderful stuff, you know, and it saved my life, definitely. Hearing it before and hearing it over and over again, but right now I don't want to be hearing this. I want to be hearing, you know, getting back with my friends, laughing, going to meetings, going to drink coffee, and having a normal life.
When was the last time you had that night?
2 months ago.
How come you lost it?
I just got sick of meetings. I went to help a friend. I went on a 12-step call by myself. Just like they said, you know, bring somebody with you. I didn't bring somebody with me. I got high.
Did you plan on doing that?
No. I went over there to help them. I went over there to take me to a meeting.
So how did it happen if you didn't have that plan to do it then?
It just...
Do you have the courage to stay?
No. This was a wonderful opportunity. I feel like I'm screwing over a lot of people. But I need to go home.
God only knows where you're gonna go.
Just say it, John.
You just saw a friggin' neighborhood where you're gonna cop, and you know what the reality is? You're probably gonna die. I never shot heroin before, but I imagine the way you looked when you first walked in here last night, you're gonna die. And I know you don't want to die.
That's life, man.
When you do leave, if you make that decision, the group's gonna be devastated because they don't want to leave.
I'm done. You know, I got a credit card if that's what it takes. Like, I'm really sorry. I'm uncomfortable here. I need to go. You know what? This is addiction. You know, this is what it is. And this is my disease, or this is me, or this is whatever. You know, I got to go home where I'm comfortable, because I'm going nuts here. And just, that's it.
We know this group well enough to feel safe to say that they're just not going to deal with Bill. Everyone in this group has probably been through 10 times the amount of shit that he can ever wish to be through in his entire life.
For him to go, I think is going to be disastrous to his life. I was in rehab when I was 19 for alcohol, and you know, it took another 11 years before I wanted to a 12-step program, and that's, you know, 11 years of misery and hell.
If you do leave, it was nice meeting you, and I hope the best for you, bro, I do. From the day he got here, he didn't want to be here. He didn't want to be in treatment.
Don't go, Bill. He's saying because, you know, he's done this a million times, he knows what's going on, blah, 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 he knows the drill. We all know the drill. You know, most of us here know the drill. But we have to keep doing it until we get it right.
I think he's confused, and I don't think he knows really what he wants.
And he just had to get out of here. He really had nowhere to be, but he had to go. And a lot of people in addiction will understand that. I know for myself, I've been in treatment. I tried everything to be clean, to be sober, and my best efforts got me nowhere.
He's so young that he hasn't experienced the losses that adults have experienced in life. He hasn't been fired. He hasn't slept on the streets for weeks at a time. Had to prostitute himself for his drugs. His bottom's not that bad yet. The pain of using is not bad enough for him yet, that the fear of recovery is better.
Next on 28 Days in Rehab, Maureen's mock funeral.
This is gonna end. I'm stopping.